Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Dynamo Football Book Club Injury Time. My name's Alistair Bond and I'm joined by my co-host Johnny Conklin. Johnny, you've made it to where you are today all by yourself with no need of nepotism. Am I right?
Well, I had some help along the way, but I guess I do work in a different field than both of my parents. So yes. And you,
Yep, I don't think I have been the beneficiary of nepotism. My dad is neither a bartender, and if he was, he'd be the worst one in the world. Because this week we are doing Father and Sons, Sons of, whatever you call it, Father and Sons, Five-a-Side Special.
Win. Somebody did well to rescue. Somebody finally hit the jackpot for Sunderland. Well, surely this is it.
the Scott Gemill Nepo baby special.
Yeah, okay. So when we came into this, Johnny, I was like, nepotism can't really occur in football, can it? Because it's a meritocracy. But it can, can't it? It can really. Because because they get the best opportunity. Are you telling me, right, for example, Jordi Cruyff, an absolute streak of piss. I can't name really one good thing that he could do on a football pitch. But, like, you think he would have got all that training when he was a kid if his dad wasn't like Johan Cruyff? Like, I think you can get into academies and stuff. Like well, I'll come on to him in a sec. Like, Brooklyn Beckham was like attached to like all sorts of academies till he was like 16. He could just like
Romeo was with Chelsea, wasn't he? The other son.
Yes, well, exactly. I think he went to Brentford. You know, they're giving him every opportunity. Come on, you'll come good, Romeo. You'll come good.
Yes, you can't imagine a situation where a 35-year-old Kai Rooney is there and it's like, but you were quite good, Kai. It's like, yeah, I just never got spotted. Just didn't happen for me. It's just inconceivable. Yes, absolutely. There are advantages to being a footballer's son, but it's not, you don't have the same room to hide. And I'm going to give you an example because I have a good one for you. So, do you know the name of Denzel Washington's son?
Oh, yeah, the tenant guy. I do. David Washington.
John David. I don't know what he goes by, but yeah, okay. He is, as you said, he's in that Tenet, maybe the worst film I've ever seen. I honestly had no idea what was happening at the end. I watched that by myself in the cinema, so it's not like I had any excuse. I was concentrating, man. There's a battle scene at the end, and I don't know who was fighting whom. I really don't. I had no idea. Anyway, he's, I guess, famous for Black Klansmen and stuff like that.
I would have to be paid $60 to watch Tenet. You would have to pay me $60 to sit down and watch it. Because it's about 3 hours and I'm worth at least $20 an hour. So, yeah, it's a $60 movie for me.
Do you know what he did before he was an actor?
He was the son of a famous actor, I imagine. What did he do?
He was a college footballer of some repute, you know. He was a very good college player. But then he was undrafted in the NFL. And then he was signed by the St. Louis Rams after he was an undrafted free agent. And then they let him go and he was signed by their practice squad and then he went to play in Europe. Now, if you're anybody else from, you know, you're just knocking around a normal person, you would probably try and ride that NFL Europe thing for as long as you can. But not if you're the son of Denzel Washington. Then you just become a fucking actor. Like that is the easiest place to hide. And I think sport, while there are undoubtedly advantages, it's the hardest place to hide, right?
No, absolutely true. I mean, that's what I wanted to get onto. You can get an opportunity easier, but of course, you can't ride to the top of the game on your dad's name. Unlike, say, hi, I'm Michael Douglas. I'm a fucking massive, huge movie star. All right, I suppose. Did I mention who my father was? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's absolutely right. You can't reach the very top, can you? Because it is ultimately a meritocracy. You can't, like, all of a sudden, in the 99 treble team, Darren Ferguson was conspicuous by his absence there, wasn't he? Like, I mean, you get a go, Darren. You get a little go. No, you're not cutting the mustard off, you go. That's how it works, isn't it? So you get a chance, but ultimately skill will take you to the top.
My older child was born on the 30th of December, and statistically, you're more likely to succeed in sport if you're born earlier in the year. Because when you're 4 and you're competing against someone born in January and you're born in December, it has a significant impact. And then you get in whatever teams, or let's say 7, 8 or whatever, and then you get better coaching, better opportunities, all the rest of it. And I guess maybe being the son or daughter of a highly successful sports person will give you those kinds of advantages. You're just always going to get picked. You're never going to be overlooked. It's not going to... Michael Douglas would not get to play football just because his dad was Kirk. Or whatever the equivalent were like. Like you said, Jordi Cruyff there. Okay. Jordi still had to be good enough to play. He played in that Alaves final against Liverpool, the 5-4 one, right? He still had to be good enough to carry his weight in a game. But yeah, he wouldn't. Presumably, if it's quite possible if he wasn't Johan Cruyff's son, that he wouldn't have been a footballer at all.
Yeah, I think that's true. You improve by playing with good players, right? They always say that any clown could have turned up to like the Barcelona team of 2012 and looked decent.
I'd be willing to be subject to an experiment to put that theory to test. Okay, Al, I'm going to ask you this. As this is a father-son draft, the idea here is that we're picking the sons of footballers, right? Not the
Yes.
fathers. And they're going to
Exactly right.
play against each other, and the AI is going to tell us who wins. Okay, in the world of football, Al, what celebration commonly done is most associated with fathers and sons?
Well, it's the Rock the Baby, Bebeto. Is that what you
Okay,
mean?
The Beto, exactly. I was going to ask you the celebration, and I was going to ask you the most famous one. And of course, you've already answered both questions. I'm going to ask you more questions now. Okay.
Very good.
The scene is thus. It's the 9th of July, 1994, in Dallas's Cotton Bowl Stadium. Bebeto has scored the second goal, 2-0, in what goes on to be a 3-2 win in the quarterfinal of the World Cup for Brazil over
Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Italy. I don't know, Jenny. I didn't watch a single game of the
Okay.
94 World Cup.
Okay. It's the Netherlands, who I guess at the time we would have all called Holland. I'm not really sure when that changed. Okay, Bebeto scores and he does the celebration, and he's joined by 2 players. Can you tell me who those 2 players are? Now, bearing in mind you never watched this competition.
I know, but I can see the... I'm going to say... Dunga and Romario. Am I right?
Okay, you're correct with Romario. And there's a third player who's not Dunga, and I'm not going to tell you his name because his son may come up later in this conversation. But all 3 of those players, Bebeto, Romario, and this other third guy, they've all had sons who've played professional football. And this is fun. The kid who Bebeto was celebrating the birth of, so it was the 9th of July, his son had been born 2 days previously, on the 7th of July, and the name of the boy who was born was Mateus Oliveira. Mateus, named after Lothar Mateus, went on to play for Flamengo in Brazil and Estoril in Portugal. And now he's playing in, I think he's now playing in Dubai. And Romario had a son who played in Brazil. But this third player has had quite a successful son. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've got a feeling I do, Johnny. More than one successful son, perhaps.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's leave that there. And I have, before we move on to the thing itself, I've got another couple of little fun things for you. First of all, do Nottingham Forest have any little Nepo babies coming down in the pipeline?
I wish we had anything coming down the pipeline. No, not that I am aware of. We've got a few down the years. Tyler Walker is currently plying his trade in the bottom division, I think.
Barrel.
Son of Des. No, very good, Johnny. Very good. Very good. Who else have I got?
I have information then that might be useful to you. I would say it's going to be all that useful in the long run. But have you heard of Shay Cahill?
Oh, no, I've not. No.
I'm going to give
Do
you...
you believe a son of Tim?
Yes, he's currently on the books at Nottingham Forest. And if that is not enough to get you excited, let me tell you about his former team. A little team called Brisbane Roar who let him go. So I'm expecting big things. I'm expecting big things from Shay Lou Tim Cahill.
Well, you know that Brisbane Roar Academy, mate. It just pumps it. That's like the Man City Academy, isn't it? Like,
Okay, one more. Do you know who Paulo Dybala's father is?
no, I don't.
It's Lionel Scaloni, the Argentina manager.
No kidding. How about that? I had no idea about that.
Because it's not true. There's a there's a internet meme. There's a picture of Dybala, sorry, of Scaloni with his own son, this 14-year-old. I don't know what his name is. During after the 2022 World Cup final, and the kid is this. Honestly, he's a spitting image of Dybala. So there's this meme or whatever theory that Dybala was sent back in time. Obviously, this is not a real theory. He was sent back in time to win the World Cup for Argentina, but he's actually the son of Lionel Scaloni. That's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm all in for a conspiracy theory, Johnny. I believe it. He's got a kind of otherworldly look about him, old Dybala.
All right, Al. Do you want to get on with our little? Oh wait, Al. You know what I did? I put away a coin.
Oh, that's the kind of preparation you can expect here at Dynamo Football.
Fool me once.
Gladiators, ready!
Okay. All right. Heads or tails up?
I'll go tails.
For real? It's heads.
Oh, bollocks. Okay, well, there's a couple of big names. You can actually make an absolutely amazing team out of these players, can't you, Johnny? Hey, and just as a fun thing, could we run it so we get their dads to play as well at the end? Ooh, baby.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that. It'll just take a minute, but that's a great idea.
Okie dokie. So you're going first, Johnny, I assume?
Yeah, there's amazing players in this. And I may be guilty of recency bias, but I'm going for the luscious lipped.
Oh, fuck off.
Tomahawk steak eating, unpasteurized milk drinking Haaland.
Erling Braut Haaland. Well, Johnny, I'm going to tell you, he was my first pick too.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I'm also going to think of the followers, because that is fun. Haaland.
I'm absolutely sure I've told this story before on the podcast, but he's come up again. Alfinger Haaland made my brother cry. We went to watch Forest training in the 90s, where I learned to say the word water properly. And he's back, Steve Stone. And he ran onto the pitch to get Alfinger Haaland's autograph. Alfinger Haaland told him, fuck off, I've not finished training. My brother returned in tears. Great, great memories.
Were you actually delighted?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's quite funny in a way, just to see the little joy in his face and maybe after dejection. Still, it was a magical day. All right, I'm going to say this to you, Johnny. Erling Braut Haaland remains the most underrated player in the world. All this shit like, oh, he's got to play. Oh, you got to build a team around him. Every fucking team he's played for, he's absolutely smashed them in. Do they play for him in Norway? I mean, the kid is absolutely unbelievable. I know all he does is score goals, but he scores so fucking many. So I love this fucker. I love him. Meditation king, tape over his mouth wearing. He wears tape over his mouth at night, you know, so he has to breathe through his nostrils.
That doesn't sound great.
Doesn't sound great. He made this revelation on the Logan Paul podcast. Even worse.
There's a new kind of Netflix thing out about him. I think that's where that milk thing comes from. He doesn't drink pasteurized milk. I live quite near to the Pasteur Museum in France. I can imagine it's tough for them to take.
Your kids must have been delighted. Hey, kids, we're moving to France. Oh, I don't want to go, Daddy. Oh, let me stop you there. We're going to live very near the Louis Pasteur Museum. We can visit regularly. Oh, Daddy, I can't wait to go. All right, just a couple more things about Erling Braut Haaland, right? Genuinely, if Alexander Isaac is worth 130 million, what's Haaland worth? Double. He's like a quarter of a billion pound player.
Well, the current Isaac isn't any good, so he'd be worth 3 or 4 times that Isaac is worth.
All right, let's say he's 3 times better than Alexander Isak. He's a 400 million pound player. All right, that's a decent start for you, Johnny. I'm going to have to need someone to shackle him. But who better, Johnny, than arguably the greatest defender that ever walked the earth? Johnny, you're wearing an AC Milan kit? I think you're... No, of course, I'm talking about Oh, yeah, I tried to come up with something amusing there, but I couldn't find a defender quick enough. All right, it's Paolo fucking Maldini. His dad was decent, and Paolo Maldini is the very pinnacle of all evolution, Johnny, isn't he? A beautiful man. Look at those blue eyes. How dare you be so good looking and so good at football and so successful? When he finished his football career, he went on to play pro tennis, didn't he? Of course he did, because he looks like a tennis player. But
He does look like a tennis player. He looks like a tennis player. 900 appearances, never got a red card.
I mean, there's just nothing bad you can say about Paolo Maldini. He really was absolutely exemplary. I mean, as a kid, he was so fearsome. Just, oh, mate, no one was going to get any change out of him. An absolutely brilliant footballer.
So
Yeah, and
his,
if
son,
you can have one player to shackle Erling Braut, it's him. Go on, Johnny.
his son plays for AC Milan. But here's a fun fact, okay? Well, let me just see. Is his son called Danny? Daniel Mandini, yeah. He's now at Atalanta. He was with AC Milan. And I don't know what shirt number he wore, but this is kind of fun because when Maldini retired, they retired his number, but it could be taken out of retirement in the event that another Maldini was there to wear it. Now, how cool is that?
It's, did Danny Maldini get to wear that shirt?
Let's find out, sorry. That's the obvious question. No.
Great stuff. Yeah, absolutely gold podcasting there, Johnny. Perfect.
Isn't that ridiculous? If he's there like you're saying that you don't get a leg up if you're the son of a famous footballer. You know, he was good enough to get into that fucking squad and they didn't give him the bloody number. I take it back, it's not cool, it's fucking terrible. They're scumbags. Okay. You've picked a man to stop my rampaging luscious slipped forward. And now I'm going to pick a man to feed him. And that man has a very high IQ, 150. Do you want to tell me who that is? Footballing genius.
He's fat as fuck. This boy's going right to the very top. It's Fat Frank Lampard, isn't it, Johnny?
Yes, that's right. Frank Lampard, current manager of championship topping Coventry City. He's going in there, baby.
Apparently, Frank Lampard has an IQ of 150.
Yes. Yes.
That is astonishing when you've heard him talk.
I was thinking about that. You know, footballers are famous and not, intellectual types. If you're really clever and you're hanging around with like fellas who just want to talk about watches and stuff, like what do him and John Terry talk about when they're on Roman Abramovich's yacht? You know, what are you reading there, Frank? Oh, he's sitting up there and he's reading, I don't know, like the Lancet. Is that the name of the medical journal?
Sure, absolutely. That's what I was expecting you to say, the Lancet. Yeah, I'm sure that... What are you doing, Gaffer? I'm reading the Lancet. I mean, how can anyone related to fucking Harry Redknapp have an IQ of 150? It just doesn't make sense. Like, Frank Lampard Sr.'s wife must have been like Stephen Hawking. How on earth to raise the average up? Bloody hell.
Frank Lampard's father was Frank Sr. And as you said, he was also the nephew of Harry Redknapp, the cousin of Jamie Redknapp. What's the connection between the Redknapp and Lampard?
Oh, yeah, I don't actually know. Yeah, I always sort of assumed they were brothers, but we got different names, haven't they? I just sort of made that assumption. Okay, a few things about Fat Frank. Is it really used to bother him when people called him Fat Frank? But he had like 2% body fat or something, like 3%. Literally anything less would be dangerous. It's weird to get upset by that, isn't it? It's like if you like Brad Pitt was like, "Hey, ugly." It's like, "Oh, I'm not ugly." It's like, you're obviously not ugly. We can all see that. You just got a chubby face, Frank. Don't worry about it.
What's Harry Redknapp's wife's name, famously?
Sandra
Lampard.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. This is like who do you think you are? It's like
if you think so.
If this show was like, who do you think you are? At least my dad would listen to it. That's all he ever tells me about. Like, I saw this thing on who do you think you are? Stop now.
You know, you were saying about it's amazing that Lampard, a clever man like that, could be related to Harry Redknapp. you wouldn't really think that Jamie, certainly younger Jamie, was the son of Harry Ader, would you? Jesus Christ.
I know, again, because he's so good looking, Jamie Redknapp. And you can say a lot of things about Harry Redknapp, but you would never call him good looking.
No.
Jowly motherfucker. What's the name of that Deputy Dog? Well, he looks a bit like that.
Yeah.
Just like the other say, Deputy Dog. And Johnny, I've got one more question for you. You are the father to a masculine child, Johnny. Were you ever tempted to call your son John Jr.?
No, like maybe it would be fine now because John is a name that's dying. There's no young Johns. But when I was a kid, there was like about 20 Johns in every class. John in Ireland when I was young was. As in, you'd literally walk down the street and someone would call John, and you turn around and they'd be talking like that has happened to me. So no, that wouldn't have occurred to me. No.
It was the same with me with Alistair, but I did grow up in a very middle class environment. My next door neighbour was generally called Alistair, spelt with a D. Fuck off.
Okay.
I just got one more Fat Frank thing. Like, Frank Lampard decided to retire when he was speaking to Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw didn't know who Tony Adams was.
That made him retire.
That's I'm so old now. Come on, Luke Shaw. Tony Adams.
Yeah, Luke Shaw. They must have nearly overlapped. Luke Shaw's been around for 1,000 years.
Luke Shaw really does seem like he's 45, doesn't he? He really does have an old man attitude about him. All right, fine. So you've got Fat Frank Lampard and Alf Inger Haaland. All right, then.
I don't have Alf Inger Haaland, but go on anyway.
No, you have his son. All right, well, I'm going to go for a lovely old heart pick here. Lovely. Maybe, no. Okay, Nigel Clough. You know who his dad was, Johnny? Do you know who his dad was? Brian. Yeah, famously enough.
In the same way, Brian Robson was Bobby Robson's son. Yeah, yeah, really, of the players out there, you're going for Nigel Clough. Okay, all right. He's Brian Clough said he was his best ever signing. Am I right in saying that?
He was absolutely brilliant. He was brilliant, Johnny. Oh, Nigel Clough. He really was. He was one-paced, but absolutely fabulous. Had that little knack of seeing a pass. He scored like 20 goals a year, 3 years in a row. He played for England. Genuinely a good player. And here's someone whose dad, I don't think his dad went easier on him, Nigel, for being his son. There was like famously at the start of his career, he thought Nigel needed to toughen up, so he just played him at fullback. I'm really not suited for fullback, Dad. Play it, young man, and improve your game. Nigel Clough, talking of old men, like Luke Shaw, Nigel Clough was about 45 when he was 19. I think I mentioned it before. He once scored an overhead kick. I'm pretty sure it was against Luton, and I think it might have been on a plastic pitch, in fairness. But he scored the overhead kick and then just got up and just like wheezed away, holding his back like, oh, bastard. Oh, I got out of bed too fast. He just had an old man aspect to him. But a brilliant footballer, Johnny, and also my boy. There was one time when I was a little boy, and just through chance, I was on holiday with friends, and Forest were playing a friendly and against a little French team, and we got to go, and I got to meet all the players, and I was pushing Brian Clough out of the way to get towards Nigel because he was my favourite player.
I don't think he should have gotten in your team, though.
I am happy with my pick, and I'm sure AI will reflect that. All right, then. Okie dokie. So, Johnny, your third footballing son.
Yeah, okay. I think I probably so I've no defenders. A defender is the weakest position in this particular in this field, I thought.
Yeah, well, that's right. I was trying to come up with a defender very humorously, very quickly, and I couldn't find one. So,
Well,
yes.
In the absence of one, I'm going to pick current Real Madrid manager Xavi Alonso, son of Perico Alonso, former Spanish midfielder, winning La Liga twice. And also, like this other midfielder who I didn't pick, Xavi Alonso's brother is a professional footballer as well, or was a professional footballer. There you go.
Oh, that's very good. I had no idea about that, Johnny.
Yes, maybe you wouldn't have picked Nigel Clough.
He played for fucking England.
Surely this has come up in the past. The Xavi, there's a funny Xavi Alonso thing about Ireland. A lot of time this stuff is bullshit, but a lot of Spanish students come to Ireland to learn English. And Xavi Alonso came when he was a kid. And apparently he played Gaelic football. He was into it when he was there. I'm sure he absolutely destroyed everyone for the 2 weeks he was there and fucked off and never thought about it ever again. But yeah, he went to study English in Westmeath, which is quite nice. I hope he speaks with a Westmeath accent. He doesn't, I've heard him speak. But anyway, okay.
All right. Imagine he had pursued that career playing that Irish sport you just said. How much do those lads make?
Zero money. It's amateur.
Yeah. Well, you can't blame him. You can't blame him. He's probably made a few quid, hasn't he? Playing for Liverpool, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid.
Yeah, no.
I went to see.
Now the manager of Real Madrid, I'm sure he's not stuck for a few bob.
I've been to the new camp one time, Johnny, and it was pre-Messi days. It was like 2005 with our mutual friend. And Barcelona were playing Real Sociedad, and I saw a young Xavi Alonso play, although I didn't realise it at the time. Now I boast about it. Oh, this is my after dinner speaker. All right then. Okay, so for my next one, I don't know. Are there really good players left now?
Yeah, loads of them.
Okie dokie. Well, I don't think I'm going to be picking one of them. I'm going to be picking someone just to wind you up, Johnny. Okie dokie. I'm going to pick another striker. His dad is pretty much the architect of the modern game this season.
I'm going to stop you there. You're picking Liam Delap.
I am indeed, Johnny. I am indeed. Well done. Yeah, fucking long throws are all the thing now, aren't they? And his dad invented them, with apologies to Dave Challoner. Yeah, Liam Delap, actually fucking brilliant at football, and you must have thought would be a candidate for Ireland, Johnny, right?
He was too good. It was like what you said last week when I was asking about, when players are coming through the ranks and you say you don't want them to be too good. The reason like Grealish and Rice were playing for Ireland is they developed a bit later or something, and they weren't getting into the English underage setups. But like, if Liam Delap's father had not been the architect of the modern game of football, and if he was like a plasterer from Galway, maybe he wouldn't have been playing for Man City at a young age. But he was. And also, high IQ. Have you ever seen, he has that weird thing that some people have where he can, if you say a number to him, he can cube it instantaneously. So if you say 87, he'll tell you what the cube of it, he will multiply that by itself another 2 times and tell you what the fucking answer is. There's a video of it. It's astonishing.
Oh, I think I have. He does that thing with his fingers. I think I've seen that. Or maybe he doesn't do that. Maybe I'm thinking of another child genius.
Yeah, well, let's say he did that. But like, I can't remember if it was he was giving the root or if he was multiplying them. At any rate, he's got some, like, that's not even, it's so quickly that he can't be doing the actual maths involved, or as you would say over there, math. But yeah, amazing. There's a video of it on the internet. It can be seen if you are so inclined to see Liam Delap's adding. But Rory Delap wasn't really from Ireland. He's from England.
Oh, was he? Okay. Well, anyway, we've nicked that one, but let's not forget Erling Braut Haaland was born in Leeds, so we've had that one stolen from us. Yeah, fucking Norwegians always fucking doing us over. So Liam Delap, and that counterbalances your high IQ Frank Lampard. Excellent.
Yeah.
Lovely drafting, Alistair.
Yeah, well done. If it comes to a quiz at the end. I'm going to pick this guy, even though it means that I'm not picking the Brazilian guy. I'm going to pick Leroy Sané.
Sané, eh?
Son of Senegalese international Suleiman Sané, but more interestingly, and this is why I want to pick him, son of Regina Weber, 1984 bronze Olympic medalist in rhythmic gymnastics. Now, there is a boy with some pedigree.
Yeah, that's it. A bronze medal, you say?
Well, come on, gymnastics.
Rhythmic gymnastics, you say?
He was a gymnast himself.
For me, like, the Olympics really just boils down to that. Like, it's like, who can jump the furthest? Who can run 100 meters the fastest? And who can rhythmically gymnast the best? Like, it's the purest form of sport. Lovely stuff.
Well, in 1984, there were only two people better in the world at it than Regina Weber, mother of Leroy Sané.
Yeah, she wouldn't get anywhere in the modern rhythmic gymnastics game, though, John. It's gone up a level. Leroy Sané, I thought was going to be the best player in the world. I thought he was just, oh, look, it's Thierry Henry, and he's precisely like Thierry Henry in every way.
I don't know, like, what happened there. He did look like he was going to be amazing, and he was brilliant. But is he an asshole?
He's in Turkey now, mate. I think he's at Galatasaray. Gone.
So he's just a jerk.
I think I've heard that, Johnny, but I don't know. But yeah, if anyone was to ask me why did Leroy Sané not fulfill his potential, it's because he's a bit of a stroppy twat, I think.
Yeah, I think that was the noise, wasn't it?
Yeah, ball hungry, greedy, like literally greedy, and not in a good way, like they say, just greedy in a bad, wasteful way.
Yes. Okay, give me your fourth pick, Al.
Well, I suppose you've left me open to him, and I might as well take him. The third baby rocking Brazilian was Majinho. Am I right, Johnny?
Very good, Al.
And I get 2 picks. Lovely stuff. My team's going to have 6 players because I get both World Cup winning Rafinha. Did he win the World Cup, or at least Champions League winning Rafinha, and Thiago Alcantara? And I can hear your daughter is on board with that pick.
Well, it's fitting that the children should be in the background for this father-son/daughter episode. Exactly. Okay, so you're going for Thiago. There was noise under Moyes that United were going to get him early enough, but it didn't happen.
He was Johnny, I'm not going for Thiago. I'm going for Rafinha. He's a defender, right? A lovely balanced side.
Yeah, that might be it. Does he go? Is it just Rafinha? Does he go under Alcantara?
No, it's just Rafinha, which is why no one ever knew that they were brothers.
Yeah.
I say nobody. Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
No.
Not even Majinho.
Okay, Al, as far as I could see, there's only 2 goalkeepers in the world that fall into this category. And as I go first, I'm going to pick the most famous one, also qualified to play for England, I guess, because he would have been born and raised in England, is son of Peter, Kasper Schmeichel, whose hands are apparently the same size as Peter's, which I don't know why anyone bothered to put that information anywhere. But there you go, they have the same glove size. Kasper Schmeichel, the only father and son to win the Premier League.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yes.
He's a good keeper. What can you say? I think he's overcooked now, from what I understand from Celtic message boards. Time for him to hang up those fucking massive gloves. But you can't argue with his career, can you? You can't argue. Remember those little pictures of him kicking a ball around at Old Trafford? Man, that makes me feel old, because I was pretty much a grown man by the time he was doing that.
There would have been a video back in the day called Captain's Log. And it was a kind of behind the scenes thing that Steve Bruce did playing for the United squad in 93. I think it was the first time they win the league. And there are 2 kids bopping around in the background, and they are Kasper Schmeichel and Alex Bruce. It's kind of fun.
Yes, it is fun, isn't it? It really is cool. I love stuff like that.
Okay, Al, give me your goalkeeper.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll get this over and done with. Well, it's current Nottingham Forest third choice, Angus Gunn, son of Brian Gunn. And I'm going to say nothing else about this, other than I watched Scotland at the last tournament, whatever it was. I watched their first game, and I was like, fucking hell, this keeper is shit. Wow, how bad is this keeper? I can't believe he's playing for an international team, even the size of Scotland. Oh, he's so bad. And yep, 2 years later, signed for Nottingham Forest. Oh, he's so awful. He's terrible, terrible, terrible keeper. Nowhere near as good as Kasper Schmeichel. Oh, this is another draft I've lost, isn't it?
And you missed Ian Walker.
I thought about Ian Walker, but he's come up recently. I didn't want him.
Okay, do you want to give us some honourable mentions there? Why? Oh, by the way, Al, I've got a question for you before that. In the previous Manchester United draft, 2 players, and one of them never played for Manchester United, 2 players were mentioned in that episode who would have qualified for this conversation and for this draft. Do you know who they are?
Darren Ferguson. Oh, what current players?
Well, they They could have been in the draft. Sorry. One of them was Brennan Johnson. So forget about him. You mentioned him. His father actually was in the youth team with Scholes and all those guys. But one other player could have qualified for your draft team of United rejects, and you didn't pick him, even though you love him.
Even though I love him. Ooh. I don't know, Johnny. Put me on the spot. Put me out of my misery.
It is Anthony Ilanga, whose father, Joseph, played for Cameroon 17 times.
Oh, no kidding. There you go. And Ilanga, his mum was definitely a gymnast as well. I know that for a fact. Like, so, no, genuine, I think she was.
Oh, really? You're not making that up?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that is a heady combination, like athlete mother, footballer dad. That is a breeding ground. I mean, obviously a breeding ground for top quality young footballers.
Yes. Okay, Al, why don't you give us some of the honourable mentions there, and I'll fire this up on the old AI machine.
Okay, well, I've got a whole little bit here, and when we talk about football nepotism and how, basically you can't reach the top, but what about nepotism outside of football? And we're talking about maybe the biggest Nepo baby in the world, Brooklyn Beckham. Okay. I mean, this kid is so absurd. I looked him up. He's 25 years old on Google. I Googled him and he says, former photographer. Former photographer is 25. He's already given that up, man. He's reached the top of the game there. So old Brooklyn Beckham. Brooklyn Peltz Beckham. He took his wife's name as well and was very proud of himself for doing so. He thinks he invented the double-barreled name. He's like, oh, I'm trying something new here. It's like, no, everyone's got a double-barreled name. Have you seen football squads? Brooklyn Beckham enrolled in one of the most prestigious arts universities in America. He didn't complete his first semester. He dropped out, but he still managed to release a book on photography, which is widely memed and widely mocked. He also got to do a photo shoot for Burberry, which professional photographer Chris Floyd called a devaluation of photography, which is probably right. And also Burberry, they're trying to move away from being chavs. They get fucking Brooklyn Beckham to be photographer. Oh, what did chavs hate? Brooklyn Beckham. I imagine chavs absolutely love Brooklyn Beckham. Oh, another thing, his godparents are Elton John and Liz Hurley. Of course they are. But he's already conquered photography, so now Brooklyn's going to be a professional chef. That's his next thing. It's just all the fucking bullshit things like, what can you sort of pretend to do? Yeah, I'm a chef now. And he actually released instant meal kits in the UK. You could buy a Brooklyn Beckham instant meal kit. God forgive you if he did. He also did a Cooking with Brooklyn YouTube short series. This was disbanded after it was revealed. To make Cooking with Brooklyn YouTube shorts took 62 professionals and $100,000 an episode. You financed that by yourself, didn't you, Brooklyn? And more than that, now he's fucking disowned David. Who the fuck do you think you are, you little twerp? He's unbelievable. He's slagging off David, slagging off Posh. This kid.
Wait, he's disowned David.
Yeah, they don't talk anymore. Like David's recent wedding anniversary, absent.
No.
I mean, talk about biting the hand that feeds you, eh?
Well, you know, Peltz is richer than Beckham. His wife's father is a billionaire, like a tech guy or something.
Oh, and a bad guy as well.
Oh, really?
And one of the bad guys. Yeah,
really?
show.
But
I mean,
you know, Brooklyn is such a tragic comic character. Still, I find that sad that he's turned his back on lovely old David.
The other thing with him is he's not that good looking. He's okay. He's fine, but he's just a normal looking bloke. He's a normal looking kid. If he just walked down the street, you wouldn't be like, look at that beautiful man like you would have done with David. He's just an average looking guy. despite that, has modelled professionally. Because, of course, he has. Who's this fucker? This regular JavaScript. I am Brooklyn Beckham Peltz. Yeah, a really absurd character. He seems quite sweet, but just he doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, some other honourable mentions. Giovanni Reina, always in trouble, it seems. Seems like a bit of an asshole. Andre Ayew, and what's the name of the other Ayew? Their father was...
Jordan.
Yeah, and their father was the African Pele. Tim Weah, Michael Owen didn't get in there, even though England's own Nigel Clough managed to get into Al's. Michael Owen, who I think he says in his own book would have been the highest scorer for England were it not for injuries. Jack Grealish. Tony Cruz' father played second division in Germany. Darren Ferguson, of course, is my coach. Yeah, that's my list I've got here. Sean Wright Phillips, Federico Chiesa.
Well, I would have been the leading scorer for England if I wasn't so fat and shit at football. So it's one of those, isn't it? Just to pick up on one of you there, Sean Wright Phillips. Sean Wright Phillips and his brother. What's his brother called? Bradley Wright Phillips. Not actually Ian Wright's offspring.
Let me stop you. Sean Wright Phillips is adopted, and Bradley Wright Phillips is his biological son.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, lovely research done there. But researching this, by the way, was absolutely cursed. A number of times I got took to the Talk Sports website. Like, not a place you want to be. Well, that's even more amazing in a way, right? You have to marry a lady who has a son. On top of that, who is fucking tiny, and that kid goes on to play for England. That's wild, right? That's wild.
It is daft. Absolutely daft. All right. I don't know the outcome for once, so tell me. I'm so excited. I'm nervous.
Okay, so here we go. So, beep, beep, beep. There's an early goal after only 6 minutes, and it's fucking fat Frank Lampard. Team John won. After 9 minutes, AI is putting in some humour here. Nigel Clough reminds everyone he was raised on Brian's one-liners and left-foot curlers. Cuts inside Ben's one. Schmeichel fingertip save. There's a half-time analysis. Alonso and Lampard form an elegant double pivot. Rafinha's flair is gorgeous, but occasionally drifts, and Liam Delap's throw-ins goes halfway across the hall, but sadly throw-ins aren't a weapon here. AI. Going into the second half. Goal. Erling Haaland bulldozes through. Alonso floats a diagonal. Sane dites behind. A 1-2, and Haaland hammers it home 2-0. Response! Rafinha and Clough combine slickly. A little give and go, and Nigel Clough slots one beneath Schmeichel's arm. 2-1. Going into the 50th minute. Goal. Leroy Sane glides in. 3-1. But late drama. Who we go to? A rare Maldini goal, greeted by applause from everybody due to the beauty of 3-2, but final minute. Haaland collects and dribbles straight into the empty net. Okie dokie, final score. Team John 4, Team Al 2.
Oh, gosh. It's just... Okay, here we go. Would you like to know who would win in a game between Peter Schmeichel, Perico Alonso, Frank Lampard Sr., Leroy Sané Sr., who is Solomon Sané, and Alf Ingo Haaland versus Brian Gunn, Mazinho, Cesar Maldini, Brian Clough, and Roy Delap.
Actually, maybe I do think I want to know who wins this. Who does, Johnny?
Okay, goal, Frank Lampard Sr.
Yes. No, I mean, it's confusing.
But Mazinho levels the sides. 1-1. Okay, chaos reigns, Al. Schmeichel roars at his defenders in 5 languages. Yeah, AI should stop training before me. Suleiman Sané channels his old Bundesliga pace, flies down the left, squares Frank Lampard Sr., and it's 2-1 to Team John. But Brian Clough responds instantly, picks up the ball, drives a knuckle shot through Schmeichel's gloves. It's 2-2. Rory Delap's long throw in deflects the Mazinho volley, crossbar, and out. Pure chaos. Perico Alonso lofts one. Haaland Senior collides with Gunn. Ball triggers over the line. Fire check none. John's team wins. Father and son, a double for me today. Oh my God.
Can't believe it.
Much. To be fair, I had on my team a multiple Premier League winner, multiple La Liga winner, and you had Brian Gunn and Roy Delap. So there you go. All right.
Never convinced. What does that take it to? Oh, absolutely been. Oh, it's sad.
Yeah, you rallied there for a while, Albert.
Just can't catch a break with this. All right, well, let's move away from that. Let's never speak of it again. Very good. Next week, speaking of unspeakable things, we're doing Dennis Wise's book. Oh, Dennis Wise.
Just a bit of a spoiler on that one, Al. I don't think we've ever done this before. He gets in a lot of trouble, Dennis Wise, isn't he?
Trouble? Dennis Wise? That doesn't sound right, Johnny.
Okay, Al, great. Thanks a million. And thank you for listening, folks.
5 stars on wherever you get your podcast from would be gratefully appreciated. If you would write a review, oh man, we'd be so grateful. But then so would every podcaster in the world. Go on, do it. Do it for us. Okay, thanks very much, Johnny, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you very much, Al. All the best.
The flank didn't go up, but it looked as though they were offside. Everybody stopped, and this is Bebeto. And that's the second goal. The Dutch can't believe it. Everyone stopped on the field for a moment. It's Samba time at the Cotton Bowl.